because you're mine.
All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Saturday, 1/1/22. Just another day, right, in this global pandemic. Hope you all had a good evening last night. I think most people probably just stayed home. Great episode in the cave here yesterday with some AC/DC. I hope you took my advice and cranked them up yesterday. You can still do that today. There's no rules about when you can listen to AC/DC. Day, night, 7 days a week. We could do AC/DC every day here in the Rock Cave. What are we talking about today, though? We are actually going to do another On This Date. Haven't done that in a little bit of time. It was on this date, 1/1/1959, the Man in Black, Johnny Cash, does his very first prison concert at San Quentin. It was the very first time he did it, and it was not recorded, but he wanted to do it. He did it for free, and he just had a out of the kindness of his heart, he had compassion for the men who had made bad choices in life, he said. So this was the beginning of a series of concerts that he would end up doing, obviously in prisons, that we will talk about in a few minutes. But this particular concert is notable because 21-year-old Merle Haggard is in the crowd in prison. He had escaped juvenile detention 17 times before that and being sentenced to San Quentin for robbery. He saw Johnny Cash play and said it changed his life and turned him around, because Johnny Cash was like them. He was chewing gum and looked arrogant and flipped the bird to the guards, doing all the things they wanted to do, and the prisoners just loved him, and they became fans right out of the gate. And of course, he would later do 2 albums that would be recorded. 1968 at Folsom Prison, that famous one, his first live album ever, backed by June Carter, Carl Perkins, the legendary Carl Perkins, and the Tennessee Three. That one went to number 1 after he'd had a hard time with some of his singles. And then he put out the next year, 1969, a live album from San Quentin. These records were just so good, right? They're just so famous, right? He would be reunited with Merle Haggard 10 years later from that original concert, and they would share the stage together on his show, the Johnny Cash Show, filmed at the famous Ryman Auditorium in Nashville. The songs on these records, these later ones, obviously, had all the good ones on there. Of course, he wrote some songs about prison, Folsom Prison Blues being the most famous one. He wrote a song called San Quentin. And, Johnny Cash, you probably don't listen to enough Johnny Cash, but you need to do that today because his older stuff is really good. It's just really good. I mean, everyone knows Ring of Fire and I Walk the Line. But you got to check out Big River, Jackson, A Boy Named Sue. There's just so many good ones there from Johnny Cash. So you just throw on one of his greatest hits and you'll appreciate him if you don't know much about his music. Well, we just had a little glitch there for the first time probably in a long time, where we lost the tail end of my recording. So we're just putting this one back in there, and we're splicing a little bit today. We don't usually do that. Usually it's one take here in the cave, but we lost the ending here. So anyway, where were we? Oh, your song of the day. What is your song of the day? It could be I Walk the Line, because that's what my shirt says, right? And that would be entirely appropriate, and that is a great song. A lot to like there, but we're doing prison songs today, so you gotta do Folsom Prison Blues. That's just a great song. I Shot a Man in Reno. I mean, so famous, so famous. So that's your song of the day, Folsom Prison Blues. Play yourself some Johnny Cash today, whatever it is you're doing, or just music in general. Don't forget, you can play music whenever you want, wherever you want, for the most part. All right, enjoy your day, whatever it is you're doing. Like I said, January 1st, a little Man in Black. Have a good one, and as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.